you doing today? Oh, it's so funny. Every time I do that, I totally scare Speckles. I saw her on the corner of my eye and I went, hey, and Speckles, ooh. That's really funny. So, how are you doing today? It has been a very interesting adventure for all of us today. Well, an only adventure for Munchkin. For us, it's just been a very interesting day. So, good and bad things. Hello, Lupin. I was up super late last night, only got like an hour of sleep because I was trying to finish a post, and then we had to get up early because it was Munchkin's first field trip. So pretty excited. They had to meet at 7 and then they wouldn't get back till 5. And they were going to go to Salinas, and they ended up picking some strawberries there. Munchkin said she was able to keep whatever she picked. And then they went to Cannery Row in Monterey, and then, consistent with our usual travels, their bus broke down. So it is 2 hours past when they're supposed to be home, and they've just been stuck. So I think another school bus just arrived, and it will be taking them back home. We went through this whole thing about whether or not we would actually go drive. They're about an hour and a half away. If we would go pick her up, but we didn't want to make it awkward with other kids, if no one else's parents are picking it up. Yeah, this whole public school thing is not that easy. So, anywho, we're just waiting to see what happens with that. We've been keeping in contact with her. She's been texting us, and so hopefully she'll be home soon. So, very interesting. Okay, so I promised you some travel tips, and what I'm going to talk about today is how I can get through the airport security screening check in about 5 minutes. I mean, literally, like I've timed it, gone through, texted Franz, and it was 5 minutes. So it's pretty crazy. And there are 2 things that you will need to do this. One is TSA PreCheck, and I'll tell you about each of these individually. The other one is called CLEAR. Now, you do have to pay for both of these services, but they really are worth it depending how much you travel and what kind of a traveler you are. Okay, so the first one is TSA PreCheck. Well, you know, if you travel just even once or twice a year, you should definitely get TSA PreCheck. You know, they used to let people into the line just because the lines were kind of short, and people didn't really know what they were doing, so the lines ended up being just as long. Well, they don't do that anymore. So there will usually only be like one TSA PreCheck line, and it goes so quickly. And the nice thing about TSA PreCheck is you can keep on your shoes, a light jacket, your belt. You don't have to take out your laptop or tablet. You can leave the toiletries in the bag. And get this, it is only $85 and it's good for 5 years. So when you work it out, that's like what, $17 a year? That is such a good deal when you consider how much time and frustration it saves. So definitely do that. Now the second one is called CLEAR. CLEAR is a separate company. You go up to this kiosk, you scan in your boarding pass, you put 2 fingers on the little scanner bed thing, it double checks your flight, it double checks your identity, and then the agent there will personally walk you to the very front of the security line. And if you have TSA PreCheck, in addition to that, they'll walk you to the front of the PreCheck line. So it's just awesome. If you're going to travel, these are great things. Oh, I forgot to tell you. So the CLEAR is more expensive. Okay, there are discounts, especially, which is really awesome. This is a new thing because there's a partnership with Delta. So if you're a Delta Sky Miles, you can get it for about, I think, $80 cheaper than normal. And yeah, it's free to join if you're not already a Delta Sky Miles member. The important thing is CLEAR only really makes sense if you travel maybe every other month and if it's at your home airport. So for example, San Francisco International, SFO, is our home airport. It's only about 10 minutes drive for us. So it really makes sense to have the CLEAR. And then they have a family plan where anyone 18 and under goes with you free. but other adults under the family plan, it's only $50 more. I didn't tell you the price. The price is $179, but there's a discount as the Visa Signature. You get 6 months free, and it's $119 a year. But if you're a Delta Sky Miles member, it's $99 a year. And then if you're on any of the higher tiers, then it's $79 a year. So yeah, that's a lot of numbers. There's a lot of prices I threw at you, as well as all the information between TSA PreCheck and CLEAR. But okay, this is the thing. I told you I was up late trying to finish a blog post, right? It was a blog post about this. So go to cookiesandclogs.com and you will find the top post, or the newest post on there right now, is how to zip through the airport security screening in 5 minutes. So all the information is on there. Yeah, it's kind of long, but I tried to break it down, put different pictures in, and yeah, little things and stuff like that. It's really useful, and we've used it a ton. I think I have had CLEAR now for, I think, 2 years, and it's just been so helpful. It's really taken the stress out of everything. And I still pack all of my toiletries in a quart-size clear baggie, but I just leave it in my bag. It's so nice, and it's not stressful at all. I don't have to deal with pulling my laptop out, and because they don't let other people in, everyone knows the drill, so it goes real smoothly. And then that CLEAR is awesome. I don't have to pull out my ID because I just have to do my boarding pass, and you already have the fingerprint. And if the fingerprint doesn't work, because sometimes I'm getting old, so I guess my fingerprints are rubbing off, it also does like a retina scan. So it's very cool, high tech, and because of Delta's partnership, they're hopefully going to incorporate in a lot more things. So CLEAR is available in about almost 25 airports, and in the time that I've been a CLEAR member, it has been progressively adding new airports. So very cool. And also there's usually a trial. Ooh, I have to add that to my blog post. Usually you can get a trial, whether it's 1, 2, 3, and then again with that Visa Signature, it's 6 months. So it's a great way to try it. If you have any travel coming up, just sign up, do the trial, and you know, if you don't like it, make sure you go ahead and cancel it, but give it a try because it's actually really cool. We liked it. And once you sign up a little bit online or at the airport, they have these kiosks, it only takes a few minutes. The TSA Pre, you do have like a little bit of an approval process that you have to do, and again, that information is in the blog post, but that's also fairly quick. It only takes about a week or so to approve. But for the CLEAR, that's like instant approval. So okay, that was my tip for today. I'm trying to keep it interesting and stay somewhat on a script. Let's see, if there's anything else. Oh, okay, one last thing. TSA PreCheck. If you're approved, children 12 and under could come with you in that line. If not, they have to go in the other line, which we did that with Munchkin when it was in Florida, and that was kind of weird. So we just went and got her TSA PreCheck because, again, $85 for 5 years works out. Okay, so if you have any other travel tips or ideas or questions or whatever, let me know in the comments or give a comment on the blog post, and I will talk with you soon. Okay, and hopefully we'll find out when Munchkin gets home, because yeah, it's kind of worrying. It's getting dark. It's supposed to be sunset in about a half hour, and they're on this funny road to Monterey, and they're like, I don't know, they're like pulled over in some bush forest thing. So yeah, not a great introduction to public school. But anyways, that's how it goes. I will talk with you guys soon. Have a good evening. Have a good weekend. And if I can try to pull myself together on Monday, then I will see you then. Okay, bye.